Stop, you should not buy the Epiphone J-200, at least not yet. The Epiphone J-200 promises iconic jumbo cannon tone, all-solid construction, and stage-ready performance at a fraction of a Gibson. Either we have reached budget acoustic guitar nirvana or we are staring down some expensive confusion. On paper it is impressive. Jumbo body, solid Sitka spruce top, figured maple back and sides, 25.5-inch scale, bone nut and saddle, mustache bridge, and a Fishman sonotone pickup on many variants. Sounds like a steal, but here is the thing. Specs do not tell you how it actually feels, plays, or records. I spent 3 weeks with an inspired by Gibson J-200, measured everything, gigged it, and A/B tested against competitors. I have put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 3 weeks of testing. What does the J-200 claim to do? It aims to deliver the legendary SJ-200 vibe without the 5-figure price tag. Huge, room-filling projection and piano-like low-end. Premium build. Solid woods, bone hardware, ornate appointments. Comfortable playability right out of the box. Plug-and-play live tone with onboard electronics. Sounds tempting, right? Pretty bold claims for the money. But here is where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim iconic jumbo power. What you actually get is big volume with caveats. Evidence: the jumbo maple box pushes a bright, snappy top and a tight low end. Strumming: it cuts through a mix and records cleanly, but that maple plus a thick gloss poly finish means the top does not breathe like higher-end nitro builds. Translation: less bloom and complexity on sustained chords versus a higher-tier jumbo. You hear it most on open D and G rings where the decay is faster than the marketing suggests. They claim premium, all-solid construction. What you actually get is solid woods, yes, but not all solid on every listing. Here is where it gets mathematically impossible. Some Amazon listings mix EJ200 SCE and inspired by Gibson J200 language. The EJ200 SCE typically has a solid top with layered back and sides and a cutaway. The inspired by Gibson J200 is the non-cutaway, all-solid spec. Photos and titles often do not match. The plot twist: buyers receive a different variant than pictured. Always check model code. If the listing says EJ200 SCE, that is a different animal. They claim comfortable, ready-to-play setup. What you actually get is factory average. Evidence: out of the box, my low E action at the 12th fret was 2.6, my high E was 2.1, with slightly high nut slots on the D and G. The fretwork was clean, but I still felt minimal fret sprout on the treble side, likely due to dry shipping conditions. After a quick truss tweak and light nut work, it played great, but let's be real here. If you expect Taylor-like out-of-box perfection, you will probably need a $60, $120 setup to get there. They claim stage-ready electronics. What you actually get is usable, but not studio magic. The Fishman sonotone system on soundhole controls is quiet and reliable. However, undersaddle piezo's always lean quacky if you do not tame them. Through a PA, I had to notch 3/4K HZ and add a bit of body IR to get a convincing mic tone. Direct: it is fine for coffeehouse gigs. For recording, you will want a mic or a better preamp. Here is where things get interesting: weight and ergonomics. My unit weighed 5.2 lb. The jumbo body feels like a piece of furniture if you are smaller framed. Seated playing is okay, but long sets standing need a good strap and posture. If you are used to a dreadnought, expect a width bump and more right arm reach. Not a deal breaker, but it is not a couch guitar. Sound quality: projection: loud, focused, and bright. The low end is more tight piano than boomy dread. Strummed first position chords punch, flat-picked single notes pop. Sustain and bloom: decent, but the thick poly finish and large pickguards slightly damp top resonance. Compared to a Yamaha LL16 and an Alvarez AJ80 CE, the Epiphone is brighter than the Yamaha and more refined than the Alvarez, but with quicker decay than both. Fingerstyle: responsive, especially with 1253s, but the jumbo body favors a confident right hand. For delicate fingerstyle, a J45 style body gives you more warmth. Build quality. Materials: solid Sitka top, figured maple back and sides on the inspired by Gibson version, bone nut and saddle, Indian laurel fingerboard, mustache bridge. Multiply binding and crown inlays look sharp for the price. Fit and finish: clean binding lines, tidy rosette, but expect the usual poly orange peel under a certain light and occasional pickguard edge lift reports in user reviews. Playability and setup: neck: Rounded C 1.69-inch nut, 25.5-inch scale, 12-inch radius. It feels like a slightly chunky C that rewards strummers. My measurements after setup. 2.2 bass, 1.8 treble at 12th, relief 0.10, night and day difference from factory spec. Electronics. Fishman sonotone, simple volume tone, no onboard tuner. Quiet, dependable, but benefits from an external preamp or IR loader for a more mic-like voice. Here is what nobody tells you. If live tone is your priority, budget for a DI with notch filter. Red flags and listings. Many online listings mix EJ200 SCA and J200. Cutaway with onboard preamp on the shoulder is the EJ200 SCE. Non-cutaway with soundhole controls is the inspired by Gibson G-200. Double-check SKU and photos. Review analysis, lots of 5-star love for tone and value. The recurring dings are high action out of the box, occasional sharp frets and confusion over which model arrives. Buy with caution. If you want a jumbo that punches above its price, the Epiphone J-200 delivers big, bright, authoritative strumming and respectable fit and finish. Pros: loud projection, tight low end, attractive vintage vibe, solid woods at a reachable price. Cons: likely setup costs, piezo quack without help, heavy jumbo ergonomics, and listing confusion between variants. At typical street prices in the high hundreds, it is a strong value if you budget an extra $100 for setup and maybe a better DI. Skip this if you need perfect out-of-box action or prefer warm, slow-blooming chord decay. Worth it if you are a strummer or songwriter who loves jumbo punch. Stay savage out there. Thanks for watching. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I have put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below, tell me which jumbo you want me to A/B next, and keep an eye out for my shootout of the J200 versus Yamaha LL16 versus Alvarez AJ80C. New deep dives every week. Keep your ears sharp and your wallet smarter.